welcome you all to the 55th edition of the Mysore Sport YouTube channel. Today we are discussing about mountain bike racing. We have a youngster from Mysore, 23-year-old Vyshakh KV, who has done very well in the national level and has represented the country in the Asian Championships, and presently he is also the state champion in 2 different categories. On behalf of the Mysore Sport YouTube channel, we welcome him for our chat show.
So, hello sir, and thank you for inviting me to the Mysore Sports channel.
Yeah, thanks Vyshakh for coming and chatting with us. You have been a national champion at the age of 18 in MTB. You have achieved a lot for the state and you have represented the country. How did you start MTB racing?
So actually I started from a road background. When I started cycling, I had started in back in 2017. I had started for road racing, but I ended up in MTB because my coach said that you could just try out once MTB, and on that way I took his MTB and I had gone to national championship. That was held in Pune, and in 2018 the national championship was held in Pune, and I took his bike, went over there and just participated in it. I didn't knew that what was the competition, how big was it, or what was the value of national medal. But yeah, I just participated in it and I ended up getting gold in it. That's what truly happened over there.
How did it feel being a first timer going to the national championship after being riding a cycle in the normal cycle road races and then going to MTB for the first time, being with the other national state player champions? How did the championship give you a boost?
In 2018, I didn't knew that national championship was such a big deal because from all the states, many participants were there. The components which they use, the bike which they use, everything was different, and I used to feel like I was completely not ready for MTB at that time. But I had done good training on MTB, so I had a good. I had done good training on the road bike, so I had a good base. So that's why I could do really well on national championship in MTB, and it was quite different because the track was quite different. The track had climbs, obstacles in it, like small jumps, downhill section, and it was different for me because I hadn't experienced such a thing over here or over any races at that time. And I just went over there, I just participated in it. The first day was time trial, and in first day I didn't know that I would get the medal, to be true. And first day after the results came out, I knew that I got the medal. So second day I got a bit confident, and again I got another gold medal in mass start event. And after that, when I came back, I decided that I should concentrate on both in road racing and MTB. But I ended up more in MTB actually, because MTB, the obstacle section was quite easy for me compared to other things. So that gave me a self boost kind of thing, and I got confident in it. That's what happened.
Tell us about difference between MTB and the normal cycle road races. What is the different type of bike you use for MTB compared to the normal bikes which you use for the normal road races?
So in road races, we usually do not use the suspension, the off-road kind of bikes. We use thinner tires, which would be around 23 to 700C to 28 to 700C. The tire size would be on that range, and it would be really thin tires. It would be as long as your thumb, that's it. It will be as width as your thumb, that's it. And it will be really thin tires. And when you're racing on road, there are two bikes to concentrate on. One, it's on time trial, that's a TT bike, and other one, it's a road bike. So that's the only 2 things which is happening in road bike. Whereas in MTB, so in MTB the thing is that for XC races, it's just one bike, XC bikes. In that we have hardtail bikes which comes in a single suspension. And we have dual suspension bikes which are there in XC racing bikes. Other than these, we have downhill bikes, BMX, and there are many categories like that. Yeah, that's the only specifications like that an Indian needs to know, because in India also the most famous ones are road racing, time trial, the track bikes and XC bikes, downhill. These are the only 5 kinds of bike and racing. Even in BMX is also famous nowadays. Yeah, these are the 6 types of racing which we have seen over here.
What are your training methods? How many hours do you train in the day, and how long is your training methods feasible for MTB racing? And tell us about that.
So the training wise, early morning it would be around, we'd start our training around 5:30. It will go up to 8:30, 9:30. It depends upon the sections. If it's an endurance ride means a long distance ride, it would be, the kilometer would be 100 plus 150. For nowadays, it's kind of easier to find road racing training because we are doing it in ring road and other flat roads, or climbing. It should be a road, that's it. For MTB, actually, we are struggling a bit because we need obstacles, we need to create a track, and there are similar things like that. We should concentrate on MTB. So yeah, in MTB in Mysore, we are struggling because we don't have proper track. Thankfully, behind Infosys, we have built a track over there so that we could practice over there. So our district championship, state, everything would be happening over there. And yeah, that's what happening in Mysore right now. For off-road training, we'd go over there. For road training, we'd do near Ring Road and other places like Chamundi Hill, Ring Road and Hunsu Road. These are our training areas, so that's it.
How is your training methods comparatively to the Western people who have taken up to MTB in a big way? If you take Europeans, if you take Western countries, MTB is very famous than road cycling. Comparatively, road cycling also is famous.
Yeah, but we have a huge community in MTB. Over in abroad, there's a huge community for MTB riders. Yeah, that is true. But still in India, in racing part, why we are struggling is that because we don't have much tougher races. Once a year or twice a year, we will be having national championship or similar to that kind of race. We don't have much race happening over here. So it's the base. We are starting from the base itself. Even the Indian cycling is currently standing on the base. And right now, all the Team India riders are trying to prove something on the Asian level. And even in Asian countries are lacking behind a bit compared to European countries. So that's what's happening over there in India. And world-wise, yeah, you are true, kind of.
Compete.
Yeah, for competing, we are, the reason why we are struggling is because we are
less exposure.
Less exposure, and we have raced really less compared to the Europeans. Our culture is different. Our methods are different, so that's the reason why we are lacking behind.
Tell us about your performances in the national level. After 2018, you got selected to the national team.
Yeah, so
and then how was your progress?
So 2018, after 2018 national championship, I got an opportunity to represent India in Asian level, and that was held in Lebanon. That was a really great experience, and I came to know what really MTB racing is in an Asian level. What other riders are using, what kind of bikes are they using, what is the strategy behind it, and everything with one race itself. But yeah, that is not enough. As per I have seen, that one race is enough. Similarly, we should continuously race in that background.
Yes.
So then only as a rider, as like
you gain more experience.
We gain more experience in international level. We could make some difference out of it. Yeah, and after 2018, 2009, 2020, again I got state championship, and after that in national championship I had got silver, and in team also I have got bronze. After 2020, in 2021 in team I got bronze again, and 2022 also, yeah, the last year nationals I got one silver and one bronze.
So who is your coach at present?
Still my from day one my coach was Lokesh, and still he is my coach because from day one I had started with him.
How is the sponsorship, and how is the district association and the state association helping you in this level of gaining more exposure? Because every sportsman or every cyclist in MTB needs more and more exposure of participation in tournaments.
See, rather than MTB, I'd like to speak about cycling itself. So what is happening is that I had come to Cyclopedia back in 2016, and at that time I had seen only 3 to 4 people who were literally cycling over here in Mysore, who had a bit gain. I mean, knowledgeably they are a bit ahead, and Back in 2016, I just met 4 or 5 people who knew about cycling. What is it about? And none of them were able to help racers who are racing for Mysore or representing Karnataka. So back to 2018, when my coach won the Dasara championship, which won for the first time he won Dasara race, and from representing the district. So that was a big deal over there at that time, because in Mysore no one even couldn't even complete Dasara championship. So back in 2022, me and my team, the team which is the encyclopedia, right? We ourselves competed. We did a teamwork, and again we could get back to the top level. We could get back to first position, and that's where the difference is. So comparatively, like if you're looking where the district support is, right? The district support is really rare, because the cycling isn't so developed so that people could help us out or anything like that. It isn't famous enough, so that's what's happening.
Yeah, then for any person, any individual to go forward in sport, you need support from your family.
Yeah.
How is your support from your family, and how are they encouraging you in your pursuits?
Yes, sir, they're very encouraging. They're very supportive actually. But what's happening is that somewhere or the other, cycling is a new sport to everyone. Even for my parents, even for me also, it was new sport. So making them understand what is happening, like why am I putting so much money in cycling? So that's a tough part to make them understand. So that's
your father and mother tell their...
Yeah, they're very supportive. My father's name is Vyshakh. He was working in BARC. He was a government employee, and my mom is a teacher.
Her
she's
name?
a maths teacher. My mother's name is Lalita TK. Yeah, and those both they both are really supportive. But what's happening with everyone is that, as I said to you before, cycling is a new sport. When we're entering a new sport, others cannot understand why we are putting this much money on this stuff.
Correct.
So for example, if you're looking at cricket, running, athletics, these sports are developed to a range that some of the people in the community knows what is this sport about.
Correct. So, these type of racing involves so much of sophistication, but at the same time, what we need is performance oriented. If you look, we need to go with quality of the bikes. If you don't have quality bikes, you can't compete.
Yeah.
So
that's what's really happening over here. They are really supportive, but many of us can't understand our parents that this is the purpose. This is why we need such a component. That's really hard to make them understand. And as I said, the community in cycling, right? It's really few.
And what are your future goals now? Now you are 23, you are a state champion, you are a national medalist, and what is your future aim, and what you would like to do in this sport?
For the current time being, I would like to participate, I would like to do a really good job in nationals, and in Asian level, I would like to make a remark. Because India, as I said to you before, India couldn't make a really good remark in Asian level.
We hope that you bring laurels in the Asian level for our country and win the national championship in Panchkula this year, and do every Mysorean proud with your efforts. Yeah. Thanks a lot for your interview.
Thank you, sir.